Hi, my name is Xinren Chen, and you can call me as Liana. I'm currently a senior student studying in Shenzhen Middle School. I love reading books, debating, and eating out with my friends in my spare time. My research topic focuses on how Chinese women exercise and protect their reproductive rights and political representation on social media under the new population policies. As someone who witnessed Chinese changing population policies from birth control to second child policy and third child policy in the last 50 years, I've seen how women and girls around me are impacted by these policies. Therefore, I wanted to learn more. I wanted to do a more in depth research into the topic as discussions around reproductive justice have become more prevalent around the world. My research topic was developed after conversations my professor and I had on the papers I've read on female political representation on a global scale, reproductive rights, population policies, and how social media provides a platform for feminist activism. I've also shared recent events in China or trends that I observed with my professor, and she was able to help me determine which are relevant to my research that could end up forming my research topic. My research journey has been very exciting and rewarding. I did a qualitative analysis for the first time on the post, comments, and repost on one of China's largest social media platforms, Weibo. I looked into how Chinese women express their opinions on certain events, like the implementation of the new population policies, violent crimes against women this year, and women politicians and female political representation. I love how I could analyze these quotes and eventually use them as evidence to support my arguments. Here are some very interesting posts and comments that I've found on social media reflecting how Chinese women perceive their rights and try to protect them from men and mostly the government. Some of them talked about how the government has no rights in telling how many kids a woman could have. Some argue that the government has failed them in protecting their safety and rights regarding violent crimes against women, and others expressed their need for more female politicians and more female political representation in Chinese policymaking in the future. While these posts and comments gave off different vibes, some are very angry, some are disappointed, some are sad about the status quo, and some are very sarcastic towards the government and the press. They all argue for women's right to be better protected and valued in policymaking. That being said, finding some of these quotes have proved challenging for me, as Chinese social media goes under government censorship, resulting in the deletion of certain posts that I've seen and trending topics that I wished I could have looked for more comments about. But still, I'm happy with what I ended up with, and they've been very useful in analyzing how Chinese women understand their situations and their rights under current policies and how they attempt to resist the potential trend of reproductive rights violation. There are mainly two biggest takeaways from my experience. The first is how to do a qualitative analysis. Many of the papers I've read for my literature review are based on quantitative analysis, and so does my previous research. This experience has helped me explore a different strategy that I ended up enjoying very much, as they demonstrate personal, complicated emotions, needs, and urges that cannot be represented by simple data. The second takeaway is the realization of how powerful social media has become in helping political activism relevant and possible to the common people. I'm proud to see Chinese women understanding their reproductive rights and trying to protect and exercise them while using their reproductive ability as a useful defense. In the future, I hope to do more gender-related research with qualitative analysis. This journey has been inspiring for my future research focus, encouraging me to take social media into my future point of analysis. I'm really grateful that Professor Thompson has taught me to manage this analyzing skill and gave me countless valuable pieces of advice to me during this journey on my study and my process. This is something that I will definitely keep on doing in the future, researching and learning more about how women could fight and protect their rights in China. That's the end of my story, and thank you for listening. Bye.